Derby County have just announced the signing of Andi Weimann on a free transfer from Blackburn Rovers as they head towards the 2025-26 season. Now, just a couple of hours ago, Derby County also announced the arrival of Danny Batth, and what two great additions this is. Now, obviously, Andi Weimann has been at Derby County before, a very, very good player, and obviously over the course of the last year or so was at Blackburn Rovers, where he was very, very good for them last season. I believe it was 7 goals and 2 assists across the course of 15 starts and 30 appearances. Now, this for me is a phenomenal signing by Derby County, and one which really needs to be discussed in a little bit more detail. Now, I know a lot of people look at the signing of Andi Weimann and both the signing of Danny Batth, and in my opinion, some people will turn around and look at the age factor and go, well, this isn't that good of a deal. But for me, I believe that this is a fantastic deal for Derby. Offers more strength in those wide areas as well as through the middle. Also offers a player who knows the club and knows exactly what John Eustace wants, which is going to be massively important for the 2025-26 season. Now, obviously, if you have not done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Shall we take a deeper look into the signing of Andi Weimann? Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets. Now, Derby County have bought Andi Weimann back, and for me, this is a phenomenal transfer, as I've just said, because for me, I believe Andi Weimann is a very, very good player. I think when we bought him the first time around, I think he was very misprofiled, didn't really play towards the strengths of his career and the strengths of what he can do. But I think since leaving Derby County, he's gone from strength to strength as a footballer, and I think there's a lot that we can learn from this signing of Andi Weimann, and a lot that can come from this arrival as well. Now, obviously, we know that he can play in both wide areas. He can play in the 10 role. He can also play as a number 9, and it's going to be very interesting to see how John Eustace does utilise Andi Weimann this season. Now, obviously, it's very interesting to look at this because he signed for Derby County, was it in the 2015 season, I think it was, where he was very, very good for Derby, was a part of some playoff teams and things like that, but ultimately ended up moving on to Bristol City. Now, for me, in my personal opinion, I think Andi Weimann is a great player. I think there's a lot of ability there. Has worn the armband at clubs before and has scored a ton of goals across the course of his career. But for me, I think it's very important when looking at this to look at sort of what Weimann can bring to the likes of a Kane Wilson, the likes of obviously, who else have we got in those wide areas? Corey Blackett-Taylor, Caden Jackson, some very, very good quality around there as well. Now, he is also an Austrian international, though I don't believe he's played for them for a while as a result of injuries and things like that. But it's one of those for me where I think he's going to be a massively, massively important player for Derby County over the course of the next 12 months. I think if you look back at the role he played in Blackburn Rovers' 4-2 win over Derby County at the start of last season, he came on and scored on that night, and it was a very, very good goal as well. And I think for Derby County, it's very important to see sort of those sorts of returns from Andi Weimann, because for me, as much as many people may look at Andi Weimann and think, oh, he's in his 30s, is one of these players who sort of is coming towards the back end of his career, I still think there's a lot being put forward when it comes to Andi Weimann. Obviously had that knee injury for Blackburn last season, which saw him out for the end of the season, but hopefully is back, is fit and available, and I think that he's going to be a superb signing. And I think I've said that a few times now, but it really is how I feel. I think there's a lot of quality, there's a lot of experience there. He's going to be very, very good for those young players as well coming through. And a player like Andi Weimann, a player like Danny Batth coming into Derby County to have an impact against some of those players in those youth teams. You look at the likes of Jaden Davison, you look at Cruz Allen, you look at Noah McAndrew, you look at the impact sort of these attacking signings that we've made can have on those players just by watching them train and watching them play, and I think it could be absolutely massive. Now, we've spoke about the wealth of experience he brings to Derby County, and I do think that's a massive talking point in terms of Andi Weimann, because obviously he's been around the game for a long, long time, and obviously over the course of his career he's played for so many different clubs. Aston Villa, I think he spent time at West Brom, obviously Derby County, spent time at obviously Bristol City, and now obviously at Blackburn Rovers. And I think over the course of his career, he's probably made over 200 appearances in terms of senior football, probably just in the Championship in that respect. In fact, I think it might even be over 300, but what a player he's been. If we just get up, the appearances, goals in the Championship, it's 368 games, 74 goals, 42 assists. He could have a real impact for Derby this season, and I certainly believe that he will. If we obviously look at his last campaign, it was 34 appearances, 9 goals, 2 assists across the course of 1,000 and about 700 minutes, which is, for me, phenomenal return for a player that is in his mid-30s and sort of heading towards the end of his illustrious career. But is it going to be one that ends with a Championship promotion campaign? That is what we're going to have to see across the course of this season. Will he be able to help Derby County get into that position? We're going to have to wait and see, but I certainly believe that there is a possibility. Now, obviously, if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell. And obviously, there's so much to talk about in regards to that of Andreas Weimann and obviously Danny Batth as well. So if you haven't done so already, check out the video in regards to Danny Batth, which I posted earlier on today. It's a very, very interesting set of signings, and one which I am absolutely delighted by. Now, you can obviously let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you in my next video. If you have not done so already, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you there. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets.